And we're live. Well, hello.
Take that.
Oh, you gonna run away like that? Okay, fine. Good, just leave me out here to talk about myself. All right. All right, guys, welcome to Richonne Fans Discuss. Today we are going to discuss the 12th episode of season 10 of The Walking Dead. I believe it is titled Walk With Me. When I originally set up the chat, I said walk with us, and then I'm like, I don't think that's right. So hopefully on my channel it says, when it's worst broadcasting, it says walk with me, because I changed it. But if it still says walk with us, it's because I have the dumb. So that's what's happening there.
Right. I thought it was walk with us myself, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. There's walking going on, and there's at least maybe a couple people involved, and that's great.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Just it. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I genuinely enjoyed it. Yeah, which I don't always, and it kept me interested, made me sad, made me annoyed, did all the things.
I was entertained, but I felt like, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt like most of the time I was watching, there was a couple of things that I didn't agree with. They were storyline decisions they made that I didn't really like. But my takeaway from the episode is spoilers. They're going to eventually have to leave and on a journey to Commonwealth. So it seemed to me like they were planting seeds for that, and that's what I got. A lot of these little one-on-ones were just talking about that. So that's what I got from it.
Yeah. So since we don't have Talking Dead right now because, the stuff, so a lot of talk shows have gone dark, like the nighttime talk shows have gone dark. Talking Dead has also done that, so there's no Talking Dead. So if you want, we could have our own in memoriam, because we lost a decent amount of people. We lost Gamma Llama Ding Dong. I don't know why I said that. I said that in my head, and I'm like, don't say it out loud, and then I did.
I liked it.
Yeah, we lost Gamma, who, by the way, the more I watched her this episode, the more natural she seemed. She still seemed a little stilted, but it wasn't like it was before. She seemed like more relaxed. So I liked that she got to hold her nephew again.
Right.
I liked that she seemed contrite, and that she seemed like her storyline wrapped up well. She seemed that she genuinely showed remorse for what happened with the Whispers and with her sister.
Right.
I felt so bad. She got that one moment of like Zen, where she looks up and she sees the sun through the trees, and she's just like, it's gonna be okay. And she got rid of all those walkers. She's like, it's gonna be okay. Crap.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. I didn't like that. I didn't like that because at that point I was like, I know you're about to die now. Like, especially when she had her neck out open and bare like that. I'm like, oh my,
like, what are you doing?
Do that.
That's not a good plan.
I didn't like that part.
It wasn't her best move. It's not funny. It's super not funny. I did like the how time seemed to be going by, because, well, it was funny when Negan, jeez, when Beta's like, you will walk with us, and then Gamma's like, never. I'm like, bitch, he already got you stabbed. I mean, you have no control here. I don't mean bitch like mean, but I'm just like, how are you gonna stop it? You have no options.
You mean be like dummy?
Yeah, I'm just like, that choice has been taken away from you.
Like dumb broad. Yeah, it was
pretty much. Yeah, I'm just like, what?
But I will say this. I will say this about her transition. She did some hella acting in those last 10 seconds.
She did.
I was like, okay, you did the reanimation, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No,
All
she
right,
was a
then.
great walker. She was a great. Some of them
Yeah,
don't do it that well, but she did a great job.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I'm kind of wondering, like, how long was she dead? Because I feel like she was out for a while, and then all of a sudden she was like half decomposed. I'm like, it's been like 2 hours. What happened?
Right.
It's hot
Exactly.
outside.
I mean, exactly. She had time to bleed out and then transition and then come back and then reanimate. It was like I said, it was like for that scene, I was hoping we didn't talk about that scene for a while because it bothered the hell out of me. And if I'm allowed to be a little candid, Manbeth has pissed me off now.
Oh, same.
You have an opportunity to kill Beta, and you go for Dirty Mary. That's what we doing.
That's because he knows he can't take on Beta. He gonna pick on a girl.
You have a bow and arrow. You have distance. All he does is slow walk and kill people because he has brute strength. But you have arrows, dude. Why would you allow that to be your one shot? Let's kill Beta. She had already reanimated. She was no longer a real threat. You saw her coming a mile away. Your one shot is to kill her?
Yeah.
As opposed to this big old donkey? Are you for real?
Yeah, that didn't make a great deal of sense.
I was mightily disappointed in that decision. What? It would have made more sense if he couldn't get the shot in or something. Mm-hmm. But to have them clearly in an open little area and you go and pick her off, I was like, see, that's why, man, Beth, I can't trust you. You don't make good decisions. That's why I can't trust you. I didn't like your song a couple of episodes ago. I don't like your songs, but then you get an arrow in your hand, you're shooting the wrong people. You're doing too much, sir. You're just doing too much.
You caught creepy to babies. I don't know.
And then he didn't want anybody to hold the baby. Like Angel didn't know how to rock the baby. Like the baby was still crying in your arms, sir. So why not hand the baby over? Come on.
Acknowledge your weaknesses. If you can't do it, get somebody else to do it. Because babies, crying babies are the dinner bell.
Yeah, they're a problem.
Yeah.
And then I felt like if at one point I felt like it was too much like season 3 walking in that because it looked like the same, I'm sure it is the same area.
Yeah.
And it just felt too much like it. I was like, okay, you do realize what can they do? They have to stay in the same area for money, budgeting reasons. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna feel the same. And they probably, it's only so much you can do after you have been in a war and you're fleeing, except for to scatter. And some people, get some kind of makeshift click going. It really didn't have. It felt organic, but it also felt recycled.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Oh, we've done this over and over and over again. Yeah, probably the same paths.
Right.
Nothing different.
So,
one thing about that thing that cracked me up is when he shot Gamma. Beta's been waiting there for hours because he wants her to turn because he wants to take her back as a walker. Right. So he waits hours and hours for her to turn. And then Manbeth or Alden shoots her in the head. And it's almost like I could expect Beta to be like, oh, come on. I waited for that.
Turn.
I had appointments.
And Manbeth was like, tough titty. But I'm sorry. That part I did giggle, but it was like, dude. On one level, on the initially I giggled a little bit because I was thinking the same thing. But then I immediately got mad because as soon as he saw that she got shot, he immediately hid behind the tree. So I was like, dude, that was your one shot? Mm-hmm. You gonna use it on that? We killing zombies when the enemy is strategic and it's about 7 feet tall. Is a damn monster. We not shooting monsters today. We shooting zombies. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, that's what you're gonna do. Okay, whatever. Good choice.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Except it's not.
Yeah, Man Beth has to. He can only babysit now because it's like, dude, you're losing points right there. That was
You make
crazy.
poor decisions. Your priorities are
Very
off.
poor. Very poor. Like I said, I would have felt better if they had him in a position where he didn't have a choice but to shoot her, but to have a thinking a thinking whisperer with nobody around but you, and a reanimated Dirty Mary. You shoot Dirty Mary? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. No problem.
No. Another person who made a really stupid choice, and I don't know if we know this whisperer's name, but the one that's like, is that you? And he's just walking around.
That was so convoluted to me. Like I said,
Sorry, hear me.
It was so convoluted to me because
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Oh, you can't hear us?
Why can't I hear you?
I don't know.
You have muted your own device, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, you're not muted. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Why can't I hear you?
Strange. Well, while you're figuring that out, let me say this.
Oh,
I have a problem with that. I get it. You're going to want to make a reveal at some point in season 11. I get it. Let's go on and plant the seed. But that was the dumbest choice of words to get you to that point. Hey, I didn't know that was you. Huh? You deserve to get stabbed in the throat. You should have got stabbed in the mouth. That was, well, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It was ridiculous. Okay. I did not like that.
All right. Can you hear us yet?
I don't know. I still can't hear you guys. I don't know why.
See, make sure that you're in the stream. Everything's turned on. I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome.
I have my speakers were muted. Didn't know that. Sorry about that. Howdy, lady.
You're good. We were just talking about the whisperer who came up to Beta at the end. And he was just like, "Hey, I know you." And then, okay, when Beta looks at you with his big scary self and goes, "Shh," do you keep talking? I think you don't. The guy is just like, "Yeah, you." I'm like, "Oh my god, you are so stupid! Shut up!" And then Beta kills him. Like, if Beta tells me to hug,
that was so justified. You should.
It was weird.
It was crazy.
It was crazy, but it seemed like, I don't know, maybe I have to go back and look at that again. It seemed as if the whisperer understood something. He did grab his mask, part of his mask off.
Mm-hmm.
So he said something about, I recognized your voice. And then he kind of paused.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't quite understand what was going on. Look, I feel like they were hinting at something that I didn't understand, or that
they were hinting at the comic version of this universe. And of course, we've already said spoilers, but I'll say it again. In the comic, Beta gets an opportunity to infiltrate I want to say Alexandria. He gets to walk among them before he, tells them who he is. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, he gets a chance to basically hide out, and then he executed an attack on Alexandria. And then after he does that, he's able to walk among them, the Alexandrians and stuff. And then later on, let me say, I'm guessing now because I am sort of trying to recall it. Maybe an issue or two. It's revealed that he was Beta. So And then in the comic, he was this basketball player or something crazy.
Was it really a football player?
Just because they were talking about his body mass. He was such a tall guy and a muscular guy that whenever they did do the reveal, it was like, oh, you were a famous basketball player. It was that weird. But in this universe, in the television universe, there was a scene between Yomiko and Magna where she was listening to someone sing and it was him, or it was someone that looked like him or sounded like him, and it was like a country western song that was sort of odd for the scene. And I thought they were just trying to breadcrumb it, like at some point in the next season we'll get some kind of reveal, or he's gonna maybe disappear and then pop back out. So they were making it obvious that he wants to be so secretive about his face in this scene. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't like the way they delivered that. Like, I don't know. I can't honestly think of a better way to do it if they're just trying to establish that he's real secretive and da-da-da. But I didn't like their choice of words.
It seemed very out of, like there was a scene cut or something that
it was odd. Yeah,
it didn't make any sense to me.
It was misplaced. I would say it felt misplaced to me. Your banner is redemption for Gamma and maybe Negan.
Not for me, because I will forever hate Negan, but I think I do feel like Gamma had some redemption here. She knew that they were stuck in that car and she wanted to keep them safe, and she wanted to keep Adam safe, and that's why she's just like, forget about me, and then she made a point to try to drag the walkers away. I thought that was a boss way to go. I mean, I don't think she really thought she was going to get out of it. I'm really surprised that she killed all those walkers. I'm like, you're not Michonne. What are you doing? How did you take all those guys out? But I feel like Gamma, made peace with things and everything. Now with Negan, I know they've been working on a redemption arc for him for years at this point, and I feel like with Carol, with him giving this peace offering to Carol, I feel like everything goes by how Carol reacts to it and how she feels about it. Like she's the center of things, and then everything kind of goes to her. Like if Carol forgives Negan, then we're all supposed to forgive Negan. I feel like that's what they're hinting at.
That's exactly what they're doing, and I totally agree. I can't forgive him. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'm sorry.
No, I hate him, and I'll always hate him. He'll be dead to me forever. The thing that is really throwing me off, though, is the way that scene ended with her saying to him, well, it's about time. So that just seemed to indicate to me that there was some prearrangement with them. And when did that happen? And how did that happen? I'm just completely stunned.
Had they had any interaction prior to this?
No. They wanted to be a big reveal. I'm happy. I mean, that part of it, that specific part where it wasn't hinted at, was good because it was a surprise, except for people that got spoilers. That would have been a surprise, and it would have came left field. And you could see Carol always has been roguey. So you could see her letting him go and doing that. So that wasn't out of character. It's just the fact that there's no forgiveness for Negan, in my opinion. So it's that to the side. And then I sort of felt like they did a lot of trying to justify what he was getting ready to do, talking about his wife with cancer and how she was such a badass. And I was like, I guess that's part of them trying to redeem him. Like, he's not just gonna flat out kill her because she's crazy and craven. Let's go on and try to justify it and go on and ask a few questions that show us that she has every intention of killing her own child. So, once I do kill her, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the redeemed Negan. So I was okay with it in a sense, but in another sense, it was like, it felt
No.
like they were forcing us to eat that. Like,
I don't think that they were trying to convince us that was a redeemed Negan based on that, because as heinous as Negan has been up to now, he still always had a soft spot for children.
Yeah.
And so the fact so it's not like this is any kind of redemption for him. It's like, it's basically like, people that they lock up in maximum security prison. If you harm a child, they're going to take you apart, because even criminals have some sort of moral conscience in regard to children. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like that with him. He's always been that way. So I can't really say that really reflects any kind of redemption. I mean, he has always had the soft spot for Carl, then Judith, then the kid that ended up dying by the school bus, and now Lydia. I mean, he's always had this way with children. So that doesn't do anything about pulling him out of the gutter as far as I'm concerned. He's still in there. What it actually, in regards to Carol, this is the thing that's kind of throwing me off, is because if there was some sort of prearrangement between he and Carol, like she let him out so that he could go and do this, then what the heck has Carol been doing for the last couple of episodes? Just faking all that crazy?
No, that's why she said it took you long enough. In other words, she let him go, not knowing how it will be executed. There was no definitive timeline on it. So while she doesn't know what he's doing in the free world, she's making her own moves, which is
I forgot about letting him go.
But that's what she was doing. And she obviously knew she set him free, and she obviously knew he was supposed to do something, and she obviously said it took you long enough. So she was just being the worst. That's all I can say.
Now I don't know if this was a predetermined thing between him and Carol. I feel like it wasn't, but mainly because he kept trying when he realized what Alpha was wanting to do to Lydia. I felt like he kept trying to talk her out of it. I kept the whole thing with his wife trying to say basically, you can come back from things and you can be strong and she's your daughter. And I feel like if Alpha had turned around and said, you know what, I do love my daughter and I'm not gonna kill her. I wonder if Negan would have been like, okay, we're cool, and he would have just stayed with them. Right. I feel like Negan will go to whoever is in charge or whoever's winning. There's not a lot of loyalty there. I think he's going to go to whoever he thinks is slightly less crazy and more intact. But I like that he saved Lydia. I'm like you said, with the soft spot with kids. Somewhere deep in that husk of a man, there is some sort of heart. Because I guess I wish he would. I would still not forgive him, but if he had said something about Glenn, and if he had said something about Abe, and admitted that he was wrong and that was the wrong way to go, and he wishes he could take it back, I would feel better about it. But I don't think that's ever going to come.
I agree.
Well, not even just all the other people he killed too, but
right.
And even Abe, I feel awful about Abe. But Glenn's just my whole heart. I'm still not over that crap. Just the most innocent kid in the world. I mean, not a kid, but yeah, just like a puppy.
Awful.
I'm
upset just thinking about it again.
And it wasn't just, he didn't just kill him. He destroyed him in front of his family. I mean, just absolutely vicious.
Maggie's gonna have to come to terms with it because Hilltop is gone.
Yeah.
And Negan is free. What a world, man. What a world.
So are they gonna rebuild Hilltop or what are we doing? Because is Alexandria intact? These are things I should know, but I don't.
No, Alexandria is intact, and in fact, in the comic, and again, this is loosely based on my memory, which means it could be some differences in the actual issue. But what I remembered was that Beta after discovering Alpha was dead, sort of felt like the whole Negan infiltrating their camp was plotted, and he centered their next attack on Alexandria. Mm-hmm. The people from Hilltop went to Alexandria and they tried to like prepare for it, but the herd was too formidable and it tore Hilltop apart. Or did it tear completely? Maybe there was something still standing, because I think something was still standing, because when they inevitably do go on their journey to find Stephanie and all them, it wasn't everyone leaving. It was only a group of like 5 people that left. So everybody else had to still be at Alexandria's, but it was still an attack and it still did damage or hurt, the general community. Mm-hmm. So if they're doing something like that, then Hilltop will probably get a taste next season.
Who's
unless they're doing it quick, but maybe not. We only have 3 episodes left? 4?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next season.
You mean Stephanie, like the princess, the lady that calls herself
Stephanie, like Radio Love, Eugene.
Oh my God! What if that is Princess?
No, Princess was met along the way. So when I forgot what they were trying to do exactly. I'm trying to recall like what prompted them, besides the being attacked by Beta and the rest of the Whisperers, but they were attacked. Alexandria it did do a lot of damage. I'm assuming, and I'm guessing, maybe Rick had to stay behind to try to start some kind of rebuilding, but Eugene, Michonne, Sadiq, and I want to say, and Magna, and maybe one more person went on the journey. Along the way, they found Princess. So then Princess and the rest of our people met the people from the community, and that starts that chapter. But I don't know, how it's going to unfold, of course, but it's likely to be another attack, and the next attack will be on Alexandria.
Okay. I'm looking at Princess trying to figure out, because for some reason I thought her name was Stephanie, but it's not. It's Juanita. So no. I take all this.
She was the princess of Pittsburgh. So when they leave Washington or Virginia, wherever they're at now, they went through Pittsburgh to get to wherever the Commonwealth winds up being. Mm-hmm.
And she's supposed to be in this season. If they're going to do that, they need to get that done pretty quick. She's been.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that was the thing I didn't like. I didn't like how, in my opinion, it seemed like they were moving all those pieces to me a little quick. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's why. That's why Eugene and Carol are having their one-on-ones. That's why Magna and Yamako are splitting up. They're trying to set some stuff up, because those are the people that were going on the journey anyway.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Magna, I keep calling her Magma like she's lava. I don't know why I do that.
She is lava. She had one job. Hold on to Connie's damn hand. How hard is it, ma'am? That's all you had to do.
We've seen how easy it is to lose track of somebody. She's not my favorite, but I don't blame her. I blame Carol.
So I'm not going to justify it. Like, you ridiculous, ma'am.
Do you guys think there's a chance? I feel like Connie made it. I don't think
so. I kind of think so. I don't think they've actually taken her off. I kind of think.
I think they did that to set that up. Yeah, Connie.
She's gonna come back sometime.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had an epiphany, but really it's just a wish list. Because in the comic, Michonne sees her daughter that she hadn't seen since the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. Maybe Connie's at Commonwealth and Magna finds her, so they get to hug and stuff.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
I just had a moment, because I think I had thoughts that Eugene's mama was the one that looks like Sally Jesse Raphael, and I thought she was on that
Eugene's mama thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I had thoughts about what Commonwealth would be, because I keep on I'm trying to jump the curb or jump the wheel. I want to know who is going to be the big reveal of family. So I was like, maybe it'll be Eugene, but maybe it's Connie now. And there you go.
Maybe. How would she have gotten to the Commonwealth from the cave, though? That's the only.
Nah, okay, maybe not. Yeah, that's relevant. Okay, I take it back. Maybe not.
I mean, I want to see Connie.
Right.
I do. I definitely want to see Connie.
And if she's doing another job, she can't be like they can't promote her to a more visible character, and she would be at Commonwealth, so maybe not. They were saying because she's still doing that Marvel thing, that the best she could do if they're not going to kill her out, if she'll be a person you see maybe every third episode, not as frequently as the other characters. So maybe they won't give her that, but maybe they will. Who knows? I'm just trying to figure out who could they use as a big reveal on, I found you type of storyline, but if not Connie, I don't know who.
Well, there's, you know what? Never mind. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to say spoilers. I'm gonna.
So you know something?
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing now. I think everybody who follows spoilers knows it. So it's nothing crazy.
If it's not crazy, I want to hear. What about using it? Do you want to hear something that's not crazy or not, or do you want to hold on to it?
It's not, either one way or another to me, because I'm already not able to follow you guys talking about the Commonwealth because I don't do the comics, so that hasn't been introduced in the story yet, so I don't know anything about that. So, yeah. So it's not neither.
It's up to you. If you want to say it, you can. If not, you can type it, and I'll just read it in the chat.
No, I'll say it. We're almost done with all this, anyways.
Okay.
And it's so the spoilers were put out. Spoiler 1, 2, 3, 4, meh, whatever. So next week is Michonne's last episode.
Right.
I watched the episode from last week tonight. I saw the scenes from next week. I got a little verklempt. I'm not gonna lie. Because it just kind of hit me. I'm like, this is it. She's leaving. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm going to go cry in the bathroom for a minute. So I did that. Right. But here's the thing. She's with Virgil. And she finds some things where Virgil's at. She finds, I believe, Rick's watch. Ah! Mm-hmm. I think she finds I know she finds his boots. I heard that she finds his watch, and I don't understand how this works, but I heard that she finds a cell phone that has a chalk picture on it that looks like Michonne and Judith. So basically, somebody just left the thing. So basically, she knows that he's not gone, and that's how he goes out. So I mean, that's not really. I mean, it's exciting because it's nice to have confirmation, but I think we all knew that it was going to be something like that. They're not going to kill Michonne. They'll never kill Michonne. Right. They better never kill Michonne.
Well, I'm assuming that even if she's told them I'm never coming back, they're going to be like, well, we're going to hold out that one day we can offer you enough money that you'll actually make an appearance. So I think they won't kill her character just because they hope to God they can win her back somehow, even for movies or occasional, starring roles or whatever the case may be.
Well, some people are, like, well, they shows recast people all the time. You cannot recast Michonne. Been on the show for years. You can't.
Only soap operas recast people.
Oh yeah,
say that.
And they did that all the freaking time. I used to watch As the World Turns, and it'd be like the role of. Is now played by whatever. That's from Days of Our Lives. I'm getting my people mixed up, but I'm just like, are we supposed to just ignore the fact that this is a completely different guy?
Yeah,
sure.
Ignore that.
There's
it doesn't work anywhere else. It never works anywhere else.
No.
I can't even think of anywhere else that they tried it, and I don't think anybody else tried it.
They don't usually change the actors. They'll and by they I mean just generally, they'll reboot a whole franchise and get a whole slew of new actors, but they usually don't try to replace one of the main characters.
Or like, like they did with what is it, 2.5 Men? You know, that Charlie character was so huge. And so there was no way to just recast it. So they just created a new character that kind of filled in place. But he wasn't Charlie, you know.
Exactly. Well, they did that with Charlie's Angels too. They brought in like one of, Farrah Fawcett's cousin who joins. Yeah, it's the cousin Oliver effect. I'm like, nobody likes the person who comes after. It won't end well.
Company, Browdy and Sandy.
Yep. But you can't use it.
Off top. My point is, don't do it. Don't do it, AMC. Don't do it.
They know, but they don't know them better a lot. They know better than that.
They can't possibly try to break like the whole precedence of drama history on television. Trying to do something like that, nobody will buy it.
No, I think the last time they tried that kind of crap was Aunt Viv, and that people are still pretty pissed about that.
Right.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, okay.
They fired dark skin Aunt Viv and then brought in light skin Aunt Viv, and everybody's just like, and even Will Smith was like, Aunt Viv, you look different, or somebody said, you look different, and he looks at the camera like, and they just moved on from there, and they never brought it up again.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I mean, wow, they didn't look anything alike. You couldn't. It wasn't even close. You had like, you don't insult people. You have to acknowledge something that they're like, okay, we did this. It's done. Now let's move on with our lives, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. But no, that would not work. That would absolutely not work. Okay, I keep calling Sense Days of Our Lives, but it's As the World Turns. So when I used to watch that, there was a character named Paul Ryan. He disappeared in a plane crash, was presumed dead. He was probably 5'9", short, dark hair. When he came back, they found out he was alive. He was like 6'3", blonde guy, surfer dude. And I don't know if I love the actor that ended up playing him. I don't know if he ad-libbed this stuff, but he kept saying stuff like when he would see the other characters, like, Paul, I can't believe you're alive. He goes, yeah, I don't even feel like the same person. I'm like, dude.
Oh my God.
You kept saying shit like that. I'm like, I imagine them off the screen like, they're not.
Right.
And there was another time he was in an elevator with an enemy that hadn't seen him since he came back. He goes, yeah, this is a soap opera. This would be really weird, wouldn't it? And I'm just cracking up. I'm like, you gotta get this man in line. He's funny.
That's funny. That's really funny.
So I felt bad about Eugene not being able to keep his date, but I guess Carol says he should keep his date. But how was he going to do that?
They're going to have to go. If they're going to meet Princess of Pittsburgh in this season, they may not. That's what I remember about the comic.
Oh,
They may not at all touch Alexandra, but they would still need to explain why everyone is going to go find this person. Like, it has to be some kind of reason, some kind of rationale. You wouldn't just leave and just start walking. You would want to go to Alexandria. If nothing else, we have family there. So I hope that they probably won't, but I hope they justify it better than, hey, I wanted to keep my date. Okay, well, Eugene had a date. Let's go with him. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. Find a legitimate reason why we have to go find this person.
The legitimate reason that I can come up with off the top of my head now is the fact that, she has made it clear that there's a community, and they may say, well, we lost our community, so some of us will go with you to see if we can make entreaties to this other community and learn, barter, trade, connect, whatever the case may be.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I would have to pay attention. Maybe they have, like you said, they have something that Hilltop need, and Hilltop needs wood a lot at this point. If they're going to try to rebuild their community, they need material. So it could be, I mean, as long as they justify it, it's just not, oh, let's, because I mean, Eugene going on a date is not a reason for 5 characters to just pick up and start walking. So that's all I'm saying. Don't do that. Just do something. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. One of the deaths we haven't discussed yet, and I don't know if you guys like the Dixie Chicks at all, but so
yeah,
this is
girl. I feel so sorry
for
Earl. God,
Earl. I really liked where his thought was. I didn't like his execution because Judith had to kill him, but
apparently like, he missed or something. I don't know.
I'm like, how do you miss your eye socket, sir? But I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I really liked that he was trying to save her, even though she was being. They should have spanked her in the middle of the war, because I'm like, why is Judith not with the other kids? See, she makes me mad sometimes, but
yeah,
she did a good job of crying. I was like, I give her like 5 points because her tears were very wet and looked very real, and they filled her eyes up. I was like, okay, good job. They felt real. It wasn't bad child crying. Bad child actor crying. It was good child acting crying. If I said it right,
she was a better crier than Daryl. I'm gonna give her that. No, she's definitely a good actress. She does a good job. I liked Earl. I liked that he was trying to keep the kids safe. He was trying to kind of clean to some kind of normalcy when it was obvious that things are really bad.
Yeah.
What I was wondering is, so was he just, obviously he can't really call their parents, so was he just going to take himself out and just hope that the kids stayed in the other room?
I mean, he didn't think it through. He just was like, they're safe, and when they see me, they'll be safe. I guess his main concern was just their safety. He could have did it outside, I guess, but it would be a little different. So, I mean, he at least did what he did. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, except you didn't do it. But anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except he scratched his forehead. I was like, dude, eye socket, please.
What were you saying?
I was saying that it seemed like there was some sort of prearrangement for them to come and find the children at this other location if they weren't at the first one. Because, Jerry's wife just had that total meltdown when they weren't at the first location.
Oh, absolutely.
So apparently that other location was where they were supposed to go as like an alternate or something like that. So his expectation was that they would eventually be found. I think, what kind of seemed like a significant thing to me is that we should probably expect some real serious issues with Judith from this point on, because not only is her mom not going to come back, which she doesn't know about yet, but she had to kill 2 people.
Yeah.
And the first one shocked her. It just totally shocked her when that whisper was on the ground, like begging. And then she kind of, because I mean, she's used to like slicing up zombies. That ain't nothing. But to actually end up slicing somebody and be like, oh crap, this is actually a real living person. And she just was stunned by that. And then she had to end up killing Earl in the end. And, I think it's just going to be, if the writers choose to do it, they can actually create like a whole arc of her, really going through the aftermath of having done this at her age.
Right. And it's a really good opportunity for that. And it's, how she's always kind of like, she acts older than she is, and she kind of, and that kind of bothers me. I did like that, kind of like when Carl told his dad, I'd be fine if you died. And then he was just like crying, and I'm scared. You bring them back to where they realize that we realize they really are just kids.
Yeah.
Right.
And it kind of showed a vulnerability in her. And I thought that was really well executed, because not everybody's just ready to just go kill. I mean, Glenn killed when they took out some of the saviors. That was the first human being he had killed.
Right.
After all of this time, that was his first alive person. And I know that he struggled with that. So I like that they show that it's not just super easy to just take people out for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that was.
I just wanted them to shake her a little bit. That's all. Just shake her and then hug her. That's fine.
It's like, what are you doing? Come here. Let me give you a hug.
Why are you not with the other kid? Didn't I tell you this already? Oh.
And
okay,
granted,
I see you.
Yeah, she's kind of a veteran as far as, being in with walkers and fighting, but it just seemed weird. There was teenagers like, Judith's in charge. It's like, okay.
Right.
He's like, you take care of the other kids. The other kid's like 4 feet taller than her.
The other kids can stay in one spot, but she can't. So it's like,
yeah. And some of them, they were so
frustrating for me, but yeah. I like where they were going. They showed a vulnerability, and she was processing, and they let Uncle Dale come through and hug her. I was like, okay, that's sort of cute too. I guess I'll forgive her for not being where she was supposed to be at. Okay, fine.
No, I mean, she acted really tough, and then when it came down to it, this is kind of bring her back down to earth a little bit, and
right,
and then she'll learn that she can be tough, but she can't be reckless.
Mm-hmm. Right,
running off. Well, I got this, and just like, well, you might not.
Right,
And again, it always goes back to Carl and the episode after, mm-hmm. When Rick is unconscious and stuff, and Carl's running around thinking he's big badass guy, and tries to knock down a door and just hurts his shoulder. And it's okay to be confident, just don't be cocky.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think that's actually what I said. I was, because I talked back to the TV. That's what I said when Gamma was just reveling in her Walker massacre. I'm like, don't get cocky, kid. Oh, and that's why.
Exactly.
And there's exactly. So Nabila, is that how you say his wife's name, Jerry's wife's name?
That's what I thought it was.
Nabila. She broke my heart because the look on her, she's a very good actress too. The look on her face, she's, where are my babies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I could feel that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. How terrifying that's got to be.
Yeah.
I get scared when I pull up to pick up my kids from school and they come out a different door than I expected them to. So right. I just can't imagine having kids in that sort of situation. Oh shit, maybe I can, because what are we doing now? But
right.
Gosh. Oh no, don't say so.
No, we won't. We don't need to bring it up. I think it's fine. I mean, it's not, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't like what I had a problem when you said that. You made me think about The Last Samurai. It's like I didn't like how they dressed Rosita. Like I didn't like it. It bothered me a little bit.
How did they dress Rosita?
A little samurai outfit. I was like, I don't know. It was something about it.
Way more attention than I was.
She's like getting skinnier and skinnier or something.
I know, and paler too. So it's like, what the world is going on?
Yeah,
it was a little. Like I didn't like that.
About who they or how they have written her does not ring true to me at all. Like she's not who we knew. And I don't really like who she is now at all.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Then they had Luke laying down. Like, is Luke dead? Is Luke alive? I didn't get that. The whole interaction between Negan and Mr. Nubby. I'm like, okay, I get it. You guys see each other. But then Luke is there, and then they just walk away from it. Like, what does this mean? That was one thing I didn't like.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm confused. What?
When Mr. Nubby and Negan met, they had that little let's look and see what happened, and they both sort of walk away. But one of the reasons why Aaron was walking that way was because Luke was laying on the ground, so they never did tell us if he was really dead or he needed help, but they both just walked away, and I was like, could y'all answer the question or let him turn him over or check on him or something?
He was sure he's alive, because if he was dead, what would be the point of dragging him anywhere?
Yeah, plus he was moving a little bit.
He dragged him. Okay. Maybe I fast forward to it.
And leave his body there because everybody's running for their lives. So, he's still alive. And that is also why he had to let Negan go, because as he looked back and saw Luke was there, he was like, look, I can't let these duppies just eat him. So I gotta get this man safe. and I can't deal with you now, even though I want to take you out so bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to make a choice.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, good. Because I was like, why would y'all not answer that? Okay, good. Okay. Mm-hmm. I can accept it. I like it. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Works.
It works.
Who is going to be the blacksmith now that Earl is dead? I don't know. Was Manbeth? Oh, yeah, Manbeth. Okay. Yeah, okay. We have backup.
I'm sure he had some apprentices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I did like the I like their shields. I like their wartime outfits and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah.
Some of the complaints I heard about, they wanted it to be more fighting and maybe more fighting between the groups, and to see all the damage of the hilltop. All we saw was, a lot of the fire. I'm assuming that's the CGI and stuff, but we don't know the end result. But I'm assuming that's what we'll see probably after, 2 weeks from now. They'll probably come back to it and we'll see what was left.
I don't think there's anything left. I think the whole house burned down.
Okay.
Yeah, that seemed pretty clear to me, because all of their background scenes were of 2-story inferno.
The house.
So that house burned. Yeah.
Oh, is it the Barrington house? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the main house. Okay.
Yeah, that is absolutely gone. Yeah. And it was such a beautiful house. I'm like, oh my gosh, the people who had to build that for the show are probably like, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And that may be a reason why they can't. That may be a reason. I mean, I don't know, but that may be a reason why they don't do the attack on Alexandria, because I remember they said that was an actual community or close to an actual community.
Oh, yeah.
For Alexandria. So maybe they can't damage it the way they were able to do Hilltop.
Yeah, it's very close to actual neighborhoods. Although it's not like they haven't set fires in Alexandria before, so I'm not sure.
And they have. So maybe they will. I wonder, but yeah, they Richonne's episode is 13, so then it'll only be 3 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This went really fast. This whole season, just in general.
Yeah, but I didn't like most of it. It's only now.
No, I didn't either.
Slightly interesting, and we're getting to the end. The rest of it, I really could have just totally done without.
Right. Mm-hmm. I totally agree. This episode, I did like. I just, like I said, a few things I did like, but I like this episode more than I had maybe the 2 before it. But
yeah, I think so.
But now that I know Rick's boots are in the next episode, I think I'm going to watch it Sunday night now.
Oh.
As opposed to Tuesday.
I'm going to too, because I feel like, I can do that, because I haven't watched an episode live in I don't know how long. Right. But from Richonne.
Right.
I will do that. And right. I don't, and I'll post things somewhere, I don't know, Facebook, or I don't honestly know how much is still going on Tumblr. I don't go on there that much anymore, or Twitter, but I believe that Ciancore, at least at one point, the fanfic author, was thinking of doing some kind of like Twitter party for Richonne that night. So I'll check in with her.
Right.
And see if that's still something that she wants to do, because she's really good with trying to keep things going with fandom. And I think the last couple times she's tried to do something like that, it didn't quite work out.
I don't know if she was the one that did it, but back in season 6, right at season 6, I want to say, they had a couple of watch parties. They were using Netflix, and we were able to message each other. It was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know if that was her or not, but I do remember that.
Right.
That was really fun. So this way we can kind of get some attention. I mean, it's gonna trend anyway, because it's such a big deal. But it's going, this way, get her some attention, let Janai know, tell her thank you. That we appreciate everything that she's done, and we're gonna continue to support her. And Michonne is just such an iconic character. And as opposed to in the comic, for me, in the comic, Michonne wasn't always that likable for me.
In the comic?
Yeah. I mean, I liked her, but I didn't fall in love with her like I did with the show. Because
it's Carol. That's why.
Yeah.
Carol is roguey.
True. Denai brought so much warmth to Michonne, and she made her. Right. She wasn't just this zombie killer, badass samurai chick. She made her this incredible person who could cry, who could be angry, who could reason, who was a mother and a wife and a leader, and she's just like Mary Poppins. She's practically perfect in every way to me.
Right.
She's
a world builder.
I love me.
Don't be a world builder too.
Yeah. They fleshed her out into this absolutely incredible character, and Denai had so much to do with that. And I don't think anybody else could have done that for Michonne. She's
kind of crazy. I mean, if they intend to do it, the way that she's going to leave the show is the way that she came in, and it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, wow. You know?
Well, there was a scene for next week where it showed her walking with some walkers.
Yeah,
and she even had the cloak on. I'm like, oh my heart.
I was like, oh
yeah, I didn't want to get too spoiled, so I didn't read it, but I saw it and I was wondering because the part I saw what looked like two walkers in the shroud or something, but I thought it was just they were just basically going back, like this is how she started. But then it was another thumbnail that I saw where they had Andrea, and I was like, oh, please don't. But I don't know.
I missed that.
Yeah,
it was someone had a thumbnail where it was Andrea in it. And I was like, please don't tell either she gonna have a, I'm thinking I didn't stop to read it, so that was my point. I don't know what they're trying to say. But is she gonna have a dream? Is she gonna have a hallucination? She would obviously have to, because there's no way Andrea didn't leave on good terms anyway, so I don't know why she would come back. But for whatever reason, it was hinted in the thumbnail. So I'm like, maybe they're gonna try to do something like that
with Lori Holden. Yeah, from what I understand, with Lori Holden, nothing against her, good actress. I've liked her in several things. She is a bitter McBitterstein still about this. She's like, I was supposed to be with Rick. I was supposed to be the heroine, and I was supposed to be the lead, and I was gonna save Woodbury on a horse. And it's like, well, you didn't though. So it's time to move on. Rick, well, at the time it was like, Rick's doing just fine. She was just like,
the thing about it,
yeah,
in my opinion, is I watched part of a story that was talking about some of the conflicts behind the scenes with the show around that time. Mm-hmm. And I can see her being bitter because, as opposed to doing what the comic did, you killed me off under this nonsense. Yeah. And just think about it. She could have been paid for 7 more years. So she has a reason to be a little bitter, to be honest. But I do also understand, as a Richonner, get over it, chick. It is what it is. That you can't, the ship is sailed. Just wave bye-bye.
Literally. Well, and also I feel like, and it could just be the way that she was written. I know she wasn't written ideally, but the Alexandria, the Andrea in the comic is not the Andrea in the show. The Andrea in the comic was amazing.
Right.
The one in the show
was not. Right.
No. I didn't really feel like she and Rick had chemistry. I just could not see it happening. The very second Michonne walks up to that fence and makes eye contact with Rick, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my heart. Oh, I can't deal with another ship. Don't do this to me. I'm like, oh, they got me. Like, you feel it. You could just, it's palpable. You could feel the chemistry, and they hadn't even talked to each other. You're like, this is a thing. This is absolutely a thing.
Right. And Walk With Us, Vicky.
Huh?
The title is Walk With Us.
It is Walk With Us?
It is Walk With Us.
Damn it. All right,
it's okay.
Walk with us. So I set everything up and said walk with us, and then I thought, no, it's walk with me. So they changed it to walk with me, and it's walk. You know what?
We just know they're walking, and I
walking.
tried to rewatch it just to try to help me with details, but then I got impatient and was fast forwarding through. But I did catch that the walk with whomever was a reference to the daughter, Lydia.
Yeah. No,
Lydia and Gamma having a conversation. He say, "I'm not walking with them."
It's the daughter.
I'm sorry, the daughter.
You know what? Damn it! I'm gonna miss.
We gotta set things right. I'll kill my daughter.
You stay away from my borders. I'm gonna miss Alpha. I feel really weird saying that.
Right, I did too. I'm not gonna miss her so much as for her comic relief, but she was definitely formidable.
Oh Jesus!
And she had them whispers in check, and she had a definite magnetism about her, which most leaders do to a certain extent.
I want to cut in real quick. Ashley, how long have you been waiting? I am so sorry.
A minute.
Oh Jesus! Okay. I couldn't see. I looked down and I'm like, oh, where is she? And then I see your like your avatar at the very bottom of the screen. I'm like, oh crap! How long is she? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Mm-hmm. This is gonna sound really weird, and I don't mean it to, but I'm also weird. The point where he cuts Alpha's neck and she lays down. She was just beautiful. I don't know if it's because the first time I've ever seen her face look clean. I don't know.
It was that. It was because she was clean. Because when they were talking before they approached the cabin, but they were in the field leading to it, and she was sitting there smiling. I'm like, okay, I can see you being more cute. Okay, because
Yeah. The blood almost looked like lipstick. I know this is weird to say, but her eyes were like these bright blue in the sun. I'm just like, Alpha, you're so pretty.
No, Alpha, you're so pretty dead. You should finish it. You look so pretty dead.
Pretty. But you know what? He killed her, but he still comforted her. It was kind of like almost not really a mercy killing, but like he was reluctant. I really do feel that if she had agreed to not kill Lydia, that he would have just stayed with the status quo and stayed with her. He kept saying, but you don't have to kill her. He's like, work with me here. Help me help you. No. I'm killing her because I love her. I'm like, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want her to walk with me forever as part of my herd.
That was crazy.
That's not a healthy relationship at all.
Everything about that woman is crazy. Everything from the time she got on the show, she's completely unhinged.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're animals, but no, we're not.
You know what? Even animals sometimes aren't completely cruel. I mean, they can. I don't know. I'm tired, and I've been drinking, but I'm not gonna lie. It's been a downer of a day.
So, Ash, how did you feel about the episode?
It was not as good as I thought it would be based on everybody's reviews and everything. Like, it's the best episode of the season and blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is good, I guess. But
compared to what, I mean,
I liked
it, but I can see what you're saying for sure.
Like, it was fine. I think if I hadn't heard the other reviews that were really touting it as the best thing ever, I would have liked it more. Yeah. But instead I was just like, oh wait, the war's already over. What? Huh? Oh. Okay, I got it.
So I have to revise what I said. So it was not a 7-minute war. It was a 20-minute war.
Was it?
Different.
I think it was more like 8 minutes when you add to next episode.
Well,
it was over before the credits.
It was close to the 20 because they kept on doing these tight shots with Daryl swinging his little new toy. I was like, okay, we get it. He's killing people. Dang.
He can swing.
Great.
Did you see the weird effect they used with Carol while she was shooting arrows? They did a thing where they did a quick 3 like a zoom in on her like 3 times, like I'm like, okay, we get it, Carol.
Didn't Nicotero direct this one?
Probably.
That's why it was worse than the last one.
And ironically, a lot of people love when he directs stuff because I didn't watch the whole comment, but I did hear someone say, "Well, it was so good because Nick directed." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, thank you."
Son of a dick. Okay,
then I know it's gonna be awful.
This is part of the reason I got messed up. Also, I've been drinking, so this is part of the reason I got messed up. Walk With Me was a freaking episode from October 28th, 2012.
That's from season 3.
Ah,
season 3.
I think that's Michonne, like when Michonne and Andrea go to Woodbury.
Yeah. So this
I literally
was
just
Walk
watched
With
that.
Us. That was Walk With Me. I was confused.
right.
Why would pick different titles? That's too close.
They're running out of stuff to do.
Obviously.
Right.
Walk With Them. Just get a thesaurus, man. Just think something. Okay, that's what was so confusing to me. I'm like, I feel like they already did Walk With Me. Why would they do it again? They didn't.
I was confused because when you guys were talking about Andrea and Rick, I was like, oh, are we talking about season 3?
Well, I was talking about a thumbnail I saw. I didn't want to get too spoiled, but I saw it. So I was like, how could they make sense that if she were to reappear, in what context could it be?
Oh, Andrea?
Well,
yeah. I didn't stop to, I don't get, I'm not a cool kid like you, Ashley. I don't get the spoilers. I have to find them, but when I run across them, I try not to read them. So when I saw the thumbnail, I saw it, but I didn't want to engage. I stored it in my head and I kept moving. So I saw Andrea and I was like, I hope they're not trying to bring her back.
Oh, she's not.
Episode.
Oh, like a flashback or something?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
We were talking, and I started talking about her being Lori Holden being at like different events and stuff, talking about, I was supposed to be with Rick. And I think it's like,
nah.
I just want to know, like, who told her that? I feel like she thought because it was in the comics and because she had an 8-year contract, she was like, oh, this is what's happening. But girl, an 8-year contract just means you might be on here for 8 years, but we can kill you at any time. Like, what is wrong?
Right.
Oh, yeah. It was just...
I hated her character more than I hated Shane, and I hated Shane. I hated Shane. I hated the governor, and I hated Andrea more than I hated the governor. I just hated her.
I didn't hate her though.
Everything
I don't know how
bothered me. Every single thing about her bothered me. Everything.
Yep. I've been rewatching season 3 because I'm watching like Michonne's big episodes,
right?
And like, I don't know how she was friends with her. I don't get it. Like, it's your fault because you saved her and she inflicted season 3 on us, but I'm gonna forgive you for that because she led you to Rick. But she was the worst. Like, how do you not see how awful these people are? How do you not see how awful the governor is? I know she couldn't see everything, but maybe you trust Michonne since you obviously stupid.
Right.
Oh, I hated her. I was so glad when she died.
Me too.
She had I really cried when she died. I was like, oh no.
Really? I was sad.
I cried happy tears.
No, I didn't. You guys are mean girls. I wasn't there yet. Like, I think when I was watching it, if I'm not mistaken, I binged it. So I was quickly watching. I didn't have time to soak up and let the scene air out.
And I hated her.
She was just a super conflicted friend. She got stigmatized. It happens. And I was like, she just made bad choices. Like,
she made a lot of bad choices.
Like,
many bad choices
all the time. She allied with Shane against Rick. She was I'm so glad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah,
you forgot Daryl when I was like,
you forgot about that. You forgot about that. She was bad through and through.
She never made a single good choice.
She shot Daryl.
When I still liked him. Oh no, I still liked him at that point. So
I forgot that.
Oh yeah, I remember all that stuff about her.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and they were all looking at her like, "Don't stop." She's like, "Look what I can do." No.
They literally told her to stop,
And she was
just
fighting
decided.
with Dale all the time.
But she lost her sister. She was in a vulnerable place.
Yeah, you know what? You can't make no excuses for her.
Everybody loses everybody. She can just shut up. The thing with Andrea that annoyed me was just this constant like, well, I'm a really good shot. I can go out and shoot. We get it. You know how to use a gun. Calm down. It's just.
And I'm pretty sure she didn't until Rick told her. Like,
oh yeah,
you don't calm down.
He's like, maybe you should take the safety. It's just that she tried so hard to like be like a badass, and it just kind of got annoying.
It got old very quickly.
You're a real badass. You don't have to push quite so hard.
Happy. I was so glad she was gone.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'll get there. I forgot about some of her escapades. I forgot.
You got a short memory.
Ooh.
I do, but it was like I was like she had found love, and he just was a creep, but she didn't see it. But
she found
love. She didn't see it, even though Tom told her several times.
She found love. Yeah. She found stupid. She did not find no love. I can't even believe you, son. I can't believe you at all. Oh my god.
She was. Have you guys heard of the term pick-me's?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've heard of.
He's a pick-me. Like, whatever I can do to get the guy to like me, I can just shit on all my friends, and I'll just clean his boot with my toothbrush because he's my king. No, So I feel like she probably would have just she made her bed, running water in a bed, and a guy that was nice to her, and she would have.
Yep. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So she's not Alexandra from the comic. She's
not going to be on next episode, is what I'm getting from you guys. So that was.
I don't think I even ever saw that, to be honest with you.
I didn't see that. I have no idea.
If they moved Richonne's last episode with Andrea in it, I'm going to be quite annoyed. I'm like, can you just?
I just don't think they have time for that. Like,
right, good, okay.
No, and it's not like I don't think she's going to be having like a fever dream like Rick. So
okay.
We don't have time for that.
Okay. No.
Yeah, they're trying to put a few pieces in place for this one day movie, so we don't have time to go back.
Well, she's been through so much since Andrea. Andrea's like kind of not even anything at this point.
Not even her. That's not even on her top 10 at this point. She got other things to worry about. Yeah,
like her kids. I still don't understand how this is working, but
no.
Yep.
Whatever.
I really am interested to see how they write her process of actually walking away from being able to return to her kids. That I just can't hardly see. So I really need to see how they're going to write that, because it's just so not a realistic mother kind of process. Yeah.
I don't have any spoiler knowledge, but the one thing that I saw besides the Andrea thumbnail that I guess is not even really relevant, but for whatever reason someone put it up there, it was some scene where the boat was burnt. So I initially thought, okay, whatever's going on, she's gonna be trapped, and I don't know how that's gonna explain years, but she's trapped somewhere, and I guess we'll see what they do.
Well, do we know it's going to be years? I know it's been years with Rick, but maybe in theory,
we don't know. No, you're right. We don't know.
It'd be a few weeks. She could find Rick and then try to bring him home. I mean, not on the show, but to wrap everything up. It has to be serious.
Do you guys want to know about Andrea? I just got the spoilers for next week.
Are you serious? Oh,
I told you, insider.
I give you. You're right. You're right. Okay, what happens?
Oh, I don't know. It just says Andrea appears in the opening minutes along with some other people.
See? So someone did throw that in there.
All right.
I've been begging for it. They're like, okay, I give you 5 minutes. I give you 2 minutes at the beginning. You can stop talking about it. Just come on. Come on.
So it must
be
it must be flashbacks then.
Yeah.
What I just said is literally true. She is having hallucinations like Rick. So
You know they like to
gonna
recycle.
be seeing a lot of people.
You know they like to
do.
recycle.
And I believe Scott Gimple wrote this episode, so I should not be surprised. Like I should have thought of this, but yeah.
My genuine hope is that it's people like Andrea. Obviously, it will be, or maybe even or her. You know what? I forgot. Never mind. I forgot about Herschel. God, I feel awful now. So Andrea, or something like that, and it's not some like random ass person that she saw, like when she first got to Alexandria, like the guy with a surgeon with the hat or something.
Right.
Like, no, this isn't somebody she's gonna want to have hallucinations about in her time of need. It's not going to be Mrs. Needlemeyer or just what other random person they can suddenly come up with.
Right.
It's not going to be Henry, because I'm pretty sure that's not somebody that
she wasn't even that attached to him.
No, I'm hoping it's actually like Alexandria. I keep fucking doing that. Andrea makes sense. She annoys me, but it makes sense.
I mean, she's literally the reason Richonne met everybody else, and like she's her introduction to the show. So
yeah,
sure.
Like when Andrea died, it literally felt like not that Andrea was like in the same position Michonne would end up being in, but it felt like she was kind of passing the torch when she's like, "I'm glad you found them."
Right.
And that, felt like, okay, these are your people now.
Right.
Try not to screw them over like I did. Which she did. I'm bitter. I'm always bitter with Andrea. Okay, so I'm curious who else it's gonna be. I wonder if like Spoiling Dead fans is gonna post kind of like the minutes, I guess, like they usually do.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just let me I like spoilers. I won't spoil people who don't want it, but
I mean, yeah.
I've been doing this mess since the X-Files.
Well, you already told me. You already told me we see the boot, so that's all the hope I need. That's all I need to get by, as the song say.
Oh man.
Yep, so I'm looking at it now. There's a lot of information about Virgil. I don't care about Virgil. But so it's gonna be. Do we know if the episode's gonna be a little longer?
It's 15 minutes longer.
15 minutes longer.
Yeah.
I was telling the girls I started tearing up watching the scenes from next week.
I did too. Like yeah. I'm ready to be finished, but I'm not. Like, this has been such a long journey.
It is. This has been huge, and the idea that she's just not going to be. Granted, she hasn't been there much, but I'm not ready to let her go, man.
Right.
But I assume we're not really letting her go.
No, I know. Yeah.
But it was hard to think about.
It is.
No more disobedient children. No more RJ and her. It's gonna be something.
Just don't say that. One thing that is in the spoilers that I just read, because you know how they call Rick the brave man. RJ's own call sign is on the radio is Little Brave Man.
Aww.
And he says he has quite a few lines, so that'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be hard, man. This is gonna be so hard. I hope.
I thought it was gonna be hard, but since it's ending the way I wanted it to, then I'm just kind of like happy and excited.
Yeah. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I mean, I'm hoping they do completely right by her.
If she left any other way, I would just be like, so she's not gonna be in the movies. Because we just don't see Rick and Michonne again. So I'm just relieved that is what I need it to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we know that we're gonna get. If the movies do happen, she's going to be there at least in one of them. So we know that it's going to come full circle. We're going to get our happy ending. We're going to get what we deserve. Honestly,
unless they kill Rick before she gets.
Oh, they better fucking not.
How dare you, Ashley? How dare you?
I don't trust any of them anymore. Who knows what kind of.
I feel like that would be utterly pointless. I don't think that at all.
No.
I got tired. I got tired of Carol looking mopey the whole episode.
I'm just tired of
It was
Carol.
like, get over it, B. You know.
Okay, wait. I have a question about this.
Mm-hmm.
She let Negan out of the prison, I'm presuming. Was she?
Yeah.
Did she think he was going to do? Did she tell him to do this? Like, I don't understand what her plan was. Did she hope he was going to do it?
I think she had an expectation because she said it took you long enough. So
I know, but I'm saying, like, how explicit was it? Like, was she just sending him out there hoping he'd do the right thing, or did she tell him? Like, did they make an actual deal?
Your guess is as good as the rest of us.
Yeah, we won't know. We won't know until they reveal it.
Well,
but
y'all don't have to tell me because I'm not watching after next week. But that was interesting to me, I guess.
Yeah, it was you know, besides this reveal, the whole Dante, they were trying to be creative this season, I guess.
For once,
with the storyline, like, oh, okay, he's a flat out turncoat. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, they working together. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
that was the only thing that I was not sure about.
Negan.
Yeah, Negan and Carol. I was just like, what am I supposed to conclude here?
Yeah.
So,
but you know, in the comic, Negan gives the head to Rick, so we know Daryl can't even be in the room with him for long, so it couldn't have been Daryl. It would have had to been Carol or someone else. But like I was telling them, the big thing is whenever they do bring back Maggie, she comes back to a burnt community and Negan free. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gonna be something else.
What?
That is really gonna be something else. Yeah, that'll be yeah. Oh yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah, you were gone too long, ma'am. We made changes. Oh, okay.
I really thought she would have been back by now too.
Right. I'm gonna guess she'll be back in the season finale.
They like to do that.
Yeah, which I heard ends with the cliffhanger. So,
yeah,
she'll come back as, y'all. I found a way to cultivate agriculture. What the fuck did y'all do? I don't know how she talks anymore.
And then niggas going, "Hey, sugar britches." What?
Yeah, the widow. He calls her the widow.
You're not in. Where's the gate? Where's the sale at? What?
Right.
Where's the everything? Everything's gone.
Exactly.
Seriously, what? It's really gone.
Like it is. There's nothing there. Man, I want to see baby Herschel again.
Yeah.
It's not a baby anymore.
Please.
But how cute is he gonna be?
Please find a cute baby. Please.
When he comes back, he'll be like 5. So
yeah.
Oh, him and RJ
like
together.
7.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't. That's gonna be so sweet.
Well, he has to be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's older than RJ.
He's gonna be older than RJ. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's probably 6 by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
While RJ wears Rick's hat.
I never did go back to rewatch that, but I need to see it for sure.
How did you miss that?
It was so.
I fast forward through it. I was trying to watch it in time for the chat, so some things got slipped.
Okay.
Slipped past me. But I can rewatch it at this point, and so with Daryl and Judith reconnecting, I guess he is gonna be Uncle Daryl for real now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured that when Michonne left and they had her talking about babysitting. I'm like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, Daryl's gonna get the ultimate lead now.
But they haven't killed Uncle Ezekiel, so maybe He can help. I don't
Did
know.
you call him Uncle Ezekiel or did you call him Lumpy Ezekiel?
Oh, Mr. Lumpy. But
oh crap! Okay, never mind. Forget
because they never did find a treat for him, so he has to still have that lump. So it's there, but no one talks about it after the reveal. So it's like, okay, I guess we won't talk about it.
That's true.
He's telling everybody he's fine. He's fine. Although actually, I think he told Daryl it was cancer.
Yeah, that was funny. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Nah, I got cancer."
I mean, it's not funny, but it's just like he's like,
no, this is the way he said it.
I'm doing good besides this cancer over here.
Other than this, I'm doing fine. Right. I am. So I'm reading the Q&A right now, and there is some stuff in here that's going to make me a little uncomfortable. But hallucination stuff is going to make me. It's just a little. It's going to be weird to watch, but. But
sometimes they do that kind of stuff just to eat up time, because it was some scenes like in this episode, like the whole Negan walking away from the walker and then turning around and then killing it. I'm like, you could have saved those minutes for something that was, had some substance, I guess. Substance. So sometimes they just, if she's gonna have fever dreams, that needs to be a couple of seconds and let's get into this, what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. Scott Gimple loves a hallucination. He'll spend a whole episode on one. Can't stand him. Why is he writing this movie? Can we get anybody else?
Hold on. As long as they don't do that soft lighting they did for Rick and his little crew cut one peg leg reveal they did last. As long as they don't do that lighting, because that really bothered me.
That was a little weird. Yeah, the lighting
that was so bad.
That's how you know it's a dream. Because it's shot.
Okay.
Because they put oil on the camera.
Yeah. Somebody put a cheesecloth over the camera. That's how you know it's a hallucination.
Oh, God. Y'all, season 8 was so bad. Oh.
It was.
So, I mean, at least it's over.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't have to, and like you said, the main thing above all else is we know she had to go or wanted to go, and that's her right. But at least she finds the boots or the watch or the piece of his hair or whatever it was, the belt buckle, whatever it was. As long as we give me hope, I'm okay with it. Like, okay,
exactly.
This is something. Thank you. Appreciate.
Ew. Sorry. The whole thing with her finding the boots. I mean, if I missed my husband and I thought he was gone and then I found something of his, I get it. But she's like, Michonne, real quick, she goes, she sees the boots on a shelf. She puts them up against her nose and cries. All I can think is like, she's sniffing his boots. I'm sure that's not exactly what it is. It just seemed like it was just framed odd. I don't know. I don't know. Denai is going to be off to bigger and better things, and as long as they don't hurt Michonne and that she and Rick find each other again, I'm happy.
Basically,
yeah. I might. I don't know. Part of me is like, kind of still wants to watch the show, even though I don't really enjoy it that much anymore. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
I think this weird thing happened where like I started to enjoy it a little bit more. Just as like my time with the show is ending. Because the thing is, I don't care about 99% of these people.
Yeah.
Like Judith and RJ are about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And maybe a couple other people like a little bit. But it's just, there's no use in me watching a bunch of people I don't care about.
Right.
I feel like if they'd done the storyline way earlier, we'd still be in business. But no.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. We talked about there's lots of options. There's tons of shows to watch. Time is limited. Free time.
Why not right now? But
you're not really digging.
Is anybody watching that Love is Blind that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
It is everything, or it was. Somebody was asking for a season 2. I'm like, they don't come back that fast, ma'am. If they do have a season 2, they don't come back.
They
3
stopped
weeks
this first
later.
season in 2018. So I hope they started on season 2 right now.
Right.
Excuse me.
I started watching Westworld.
Did you? Do you like it?
Oh my God.
Westworld is freaky. That's a freaky show.
It's really
I
freaky.
could not get into it.
It's freaky.
It's really freaky, but I can imagine, it was somebody, I think it was D.L. Hughley that said something about people's imaginations being worse than what they really are. And I just had, when I watched this show, I'm like, rich people are the worst sometimes. I'm looking at all this stuff they're doing and getting away with. I'm like,
all the time.
Oh my goodness, they can do all of this. But I love the show. I really do. It's been good.
I watched the first season and I did not like it.
Your mind. It's like amazing science fiction with a western.
Right.
But it's just it's very mind bending.
Right. And then they did that thing where they have 3 and 4 timelines. So it's not a show for the faint of heart. And I definitely can understand, because if it wasn't for me watching podcasts, I'm like, hold on, what happened? Was she wearing that? What did something just happened? So it's one of those shows. And the thing about it, for me at least, I like shows that I can fast forward through and halfway pay attention to. So I have to be in a mood to want to watch a show like that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm a light watcher. I'm a light watcher. So, I can watch those kind of shows easily because I can just hit play and they can just run through and I can, catch a middle or something, whatever. But with this show, you really do have to be more steadfast because it's so much they put into it. But I only saw the first episode because it just started back, but I'm really liking it, even with the first episode. And plus,
you started the first episode of season 3?
Yeah, it just came back.
Did you watch the rest of it?
No. It's only one episode for season 3.
No. Okay. I thought you were saying you watched one episode altogether. You've watched it before.
Yeah. I watched everything. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm caught up. But they have Pinkerton from Breaking Bad in it. So I'm liking it.
Yeah, I don't like that show.
But yes, Annette, I did like Love is Blind. I enjoyed it a lot. Jessica is a massacre.
I need to sit down and watch it. I haven't been really watching anything. I need to start watching it because I did end up joining like a Facebook group for Love is Blind addicts, even though I really haven't watched the show, just because I hear about the couple and I hear that they're the cutest thing and you root for them so much and they're just so perfect and so lovely and their romance is so everything. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to like get into this then. I want to see something happy and joyful and hopeful for those of us that are still single. Yeah.
I'm all about the hope. So I don't like reality shows, and that's why I know that I like it, because I don't watch reality shows. And this is the one that I've actually watched.
Okay.
So this premise got me where nothing else. They've been trying to break me down every year. They had Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, Who Got Talent. They've been trying to get me every year. So I don't want to see this stuff.
Yeah.
Love is Blind, I'm there. So there you go.
Now that's really good then.
I don't know why I started watching it. I think because everybody on social media was talking about it. I was just like, okay, let me check this out. And I was hooked and watched like the whole thing in one day. So
wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Cool. Oh, and I'm assuming since you guys are watchers, you're readers also. Maybe I'm wrong, but I follow this website called Deal News every day, and they have like amazing sales and stuff. And apparently Kindle Unlimited is free for 2 months right now. So if you just want to like load up on reading as many books, interracial romance is my favorite. So that you can get Kindle Unlimited for a couple of months for free right now. And that's actually like one of the better deals I think I've ever seen Kindle Unlimited offer. And
What if you already have it? Do they like they don't make you pay for 2 months?
No, if you already got
right?
it, you're kind of out of luck. But if you don't have it, then yeah. And just,
That's not fair.
I guess
I know, right?
Sorry.
We were just poo-pooing because we can't use this great deal.
Okay. Yeah.
But somebody can, so that's really cool.
Yeah. And right now, just it seems like I really have hooked up with a lot of authors on Facebook and joined different pages and stuff. And I'm just amazed at how many people are offering free books right now to like say, hey, you've got extra reading time. Here's a free read. And it's really limited. Some of them are like, oh, it's going to be only free for 3 days, or it'll only be free till Friday. So I am like downloading books left and right to my Kindle so that I'm going to have lots of reading for a long time. I'm so excited. And my absolute favorite male IR writer has a big old sale. I think he's going to do it till the 24th. Almost all his books, I don't know if it's all his books, but almost all his books are like 99 cents on Kindle. So and I just love his stuff, mostly now because he's writing stuff for mature people. So it's not like 20-year-olds. You're seeing couples that are in their 40s and their 50s, and it's like this is really nice to see like a grown-up romance. It's really nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So JJ Murray, check out JJ Murray's stuff on Amazon.
I sort of wanted.
What's the name?
JJ Murray.
Okay. I mean, I don't have time to read, but I will look it up.
But that's sort of what I was thinking. If I could get like a Audible, I was thinking about maybe. I don't know if I'll ever do it because it's going to be time consuming. But I was thinking about maybe getting into the Game of Thrones, because I know it's quite a few books and they're pretty lengthy, and that'll take away a lot of time. That'll eat up a lot of time. But I haven't done it yet. I just was, thinking like maybe if I ever got to that point, that would be a good place to start because that's really engrossing. And I heard a lot of people love the books, even if they didn't like the show. I love the show, but most people really enjoyed the books.
Yeah, I tried to read those books and I fell asleep. So maybe Audible was better.
Okay.
Proud.
Right. The only impression I got was it's really detail oriented and it's really long, and it's so many of them. So I'm like, maybe Audible is the way to go with this.
I mean, I can't say for sure, but I know trying to sit down and read it, I was like, oh no, I already know how the story goes too.
That's not helping.
It's not helping. Although I know it's very different from like the show in a lot of places, but I just could not do it.
Right.
I actually don't have time to actually sit down and actually read with my eyes. So my Kindle is really ideal to me because I put it on text to speech. And I'm washing dishes and I'm cleaning and I'm doing everything.
That's
and I'm
godsend.
And I really love that. I can't tell you how much I love that. I wouldn't get to read nearly as much if text to speech was not something that was available to me. Yeah.
I didn't know they had that. So that's cool.
I love that thing so much.
I was just gonna say I'm in a book club and I'm just starting it. And we voted on the book and everything, and I'm like, I really don't want to read, like, because the book. I guess I was being a little petty because my book didn't win, so I'm like, I really don't want to read this. So I was like, I'm gonna Audible this book, and that's what I did. So I mean, if you can read to me, I will listen, but that's where I'm at with it. Like, I will listen to this book for sure. Ruby, she said it was the coworker who was telling me about it. She said it's like a Eve's Bayou type of story. It's called Ruby. So I said, okay, I'll catch it. Haven't caught it yet, but I have until next week. So I have time to catch up in time.
Okay.
Exactly. And since no one's really meeting in places because it's like 10 people or less, we may do a Zoom meetup anyway. So at first we were gonna meet up and do a chat about it. I mean, do a talk about it, table talk about it, but it may be virtual at this point. So I have a little time.
Yes,
That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking for books to read, but then I realized I have no time because any free time I have, I need to actually write stuff. So, not smart. But maybe once I'm back home, I'll be able to have some more free time. Oops.
So as Vicky said, we don't forgive Negan. Gamma did what she could. She saved the baby, so that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we expect Connie to pop up at some point. I'm thinking during Commonwealth, but maybe it's even season 11 or something. Whenever she feels like coming back, I guess. They left it open like that, I heard, for that specific reason. So that's good. I would hate for them to kill her. She was a great character.
Yeah.
Or a good character working on being great.
Okay,
so we don't think she's coming back like soon, like episode 14.
I don't know, but I sort of thought they weren't gonna bring her back soon. But
okay.
I mean, you hold on. You already know I gotta defer to you. You the spoiler. You know what's happening.
No,
I'm just saying.
I do not know. I just get the spoilers when they come out the week of the episode. So
I just heard I don't know what else.
I'm just wondering because I kind of forgot about her, honestly, but I guess it makes sense.
How dare you?
Take a minute to bring her back. I'm sorry, I'm just focused on Michonne right now.
You don't forget the brown. You don't.
You're right. I was just focused on Michonne and Rick, so I'm sorry.
Well, you couldn't help when Magna slow walks in there. Yeah, she just slipped away. I was like, she just slipped away. The only thing that was good was when Yomiko punched Carol, but I wanted to see a bruise afterwards. Like that was
some blood. That was nothing.
I was like, I wanted some wounds.
Some proof
I needed a wound
that she got hit. Yeah. Yeah, that was
annoying. They finally hit her, and that's what you get. What?
She been beat Michonne to a pulp, but they don't even give her a bruise.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you, writers. And also, you guys may have talked about this already, but like, who is Beta supposed to be?
We don't know exactly.
We don't know. We don't know for sure. The only thing that I was telling them was in the comic, he was a basketball player, but I did not like the way they introduced the concept in the episode. It's like, oh, you did look familiar. I was like, that was so.
But he didn't say that. He's like, it's you. Oh my god. Yeah.
It was so out of place that I didn't like it. But I was telling them, from what I remember the comic, and of course we already established my memory is sketchy. Something happens where, Beta's able to walk amongst, I think, the Alexandrians at some point. Even though he attacked them, he was able to, I guess while they were trying to reconstruct or whatever, he was able to be, flowing with them. And then I forgot how it's unveiled, and then he eventually gets killed. But I figured the reason why they took the time to do you do look familiar, that they were gonna somehow try to pay it off. I didn't like how they introduced the concept. And then there was it was one episode earlier this season where Magnum was listening to a song. It was a country western song, I think, at Hilltop, and it had that actor on the cover. So I figured whenever they do the unveiling, he's gonna be maybe a singer or something like that. But I didn't like how they executed it. Like for someone to randomly walk up to him and say, "Oh, your voice did sound familiar." It was like we could have did better.
That felt like somebody that won a walk-on role contest or something.
Right. It was weird.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm still the whole thing when Beta puts his finger to his lips and goes shh, and you continue to talk, you gonna get what you gonna get. I mean, Beta told you to be quiet, and you're still asking questions. It was weird. It was weird. I feel it almost kind of felt like there was a scene that was cut or something.
Right.
It just felt out of place.
I also didn't watch that Whisper episode at the beginning of the season, so I thought maybe I missed it from there. But yeah,
no, I think it's just nonsense. Honestly, I don't know what any of that was. I was very confused about that.
Exactly, because if it is what I think they were trying to set up, and he is going to be a singer or something, the only person that's going to know him is going to be Magna. She was the only one listening to the album. It was one of those albums when they were talking about the crate of music that they exchanged with Sally Jesse Raphael. So it was odd at best. The reference, all of it was just odd.
Georgie.
Okay, George. Yeah, that's the other name, George.
Well, you didn't call her Eugene's mama, so at least there's that.
Right, I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just saying, it's like you setting it up, but it's even
who cares?
It's odd.
Yeah. I mean, is he supposed to be like super famous? I don't understand. It's a weird setup. That's all I can say.
Oh goodness!
And then stop laughing at me. She does look like Sally Jesse Raphael.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm laughing, because it's really spot on.
But she's also going to be Eugene's mom, and it was weird. I'm just saying.
So is Stephanie from there too? I'm confused. What happened to Jordan? He just never showed up again.
They're gonna discover that.
Okay. Oh, maybe this is how we get Maggie back.
Oh yeah,
could be.
But she would know Eugene. I don't know.
Well, you just said she's gonna be okay, because Vicky said that they're gonna go on and unveil the princess character.
Oh God, yeah.
And that's a lot of reveals going on in only 3 episodes to do it. I get, but I mean, maybe Maggie finds the princess. I don't know who knows, but if they're doing all that, it's gonna be. I
don't know anything about the princess except she looks weird and dumb.
Right.
So, she's obnoxious.
What do you guys think the cliffhanger will be at the end of the season?
I have no idea. Because I guess just because they kill Alpha doesn't mean the Whisperers go away. Because Beta's still alive.
True.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling them. If they try to recreate the comic, Beta is loyal to the cause, and he takes another campaign against Alexandria, and is somewhat successful. But I don't know if they have the budget to do 2 wars in one season. How they do stuff is
that would be painful.
So I don't know if they can even. I don't know if they would even try to do it. And then plus you have whoever said Maggie coming back. Plus you got this new character you trying to introduce. Plus you don't know when kind of. It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking the Whisper stuff would end this season, but it sounds like probably not.
Nah. Beta's gonna step up, and plus he's mad. His girl got killed, got beheaded. So he has some skin in the game.
He lost his favorite mask.
Yep. Part of it.
I would assume that Judith's gonna at least tell Daryl that Rick may still be alive. So that needs to be part of whatever the rest of the season is. I mean, you never know with these people, but I would hope so.
Yeah. Right.
So I wonder if that plays into it as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, did you say Judith was going to tell Daryl that Rick is still alive?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna
was I not supposed to say that? Sorry.
No, not that you weren't supposed to say it. I just don't understand it.
Because Richonne tells Judith.
Oh, so she makes it back home.
No, they talk on their radio.
They have a little walkie-talkie thing.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just thought we were, connecting dots.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we already did the spoil thing, so I didn't think it would be a surprise, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we just didn't explain all of it enough.
Yeah,
But yeah, Richonne tells Judith that she thinks he might still be alive.
Oh, okay.
That's why she leaves.
Okay.
If they try to do something like
so then that's my answer to my question about how do they write the justification for her walking away from her children.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of. I mean, it's still odd to me, but
I'm going to look for your daddy, baby. Bye. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye forever. Like what? I'm still not clear on how this all works out. But
Mama's going on a journey. Take care of your brother. Bye.
Yeah.
Right. I will not be on the show anymore. So good luck.
Well, that tells you that because I did think about that because that's why I made the comment. I thought she was going to be trapped because I saw the burning boat. But if she at least gets a chance to tell Judith that's something, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's very strong, but it'll have to do.
Right. Have
yeah.
to do.
I mean, it's better than the option of like her dying. So
yeah,
I will take it. I will embrace it. If she's going after Rick, that's all I wanted.
Here's the justification. I'm not coming back right now because I need to go look for your daddy, and this is my lead. And if I give up this lead, then we may not have another lead, and no one else is this far out to take up the search. So I'm going to go ahead and pursue it from this point on, sort of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Suspension of disbelief.
Like you said, it's not strong, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll definitely take it.
Because apparently we're just living in a time where women can just chuck their children away anyway. So,
I mean, okay. Hopefully we'll see them in the movies, I guess, if they ever get made.
I would assume so.
It just better be the same RJ, that's all I know.
Oh yeah, he is absolutely perfect.
He is too perfect. And Vicky, someone said he's gonna speak next week. He's gonna have some lines.
Yep, he's got some lines.
Yeah, Miss Stone talks to him on the radio too.
it can't be.
They better not shortchange it for that damn fever dream. I know that.
It's not going to be the same kid in the movie. It almost can't be.
Well, it could be if they'd hurry these freaking movies up.
Right.
Yeah, but children.
They can't. Rona didn't put everything on a different timetable.
Children age so quickly, and by the time they film all these things, he's not going to be like the right age and all this other stuff. So yeah,
that's why they need to hurry up. I mean, I can't imagine they want to get rid of Judith. She's so good.
Yeah,
so they need to hurry up.
She did a good job of crying. She did a real good job.
Yeah. Because it should not be me.
They don't put kids on that can't act nowadays. Now kids are just truly amazing how good of actors they are. The children that they use are just they're amazing. They're just excellent.
How old is Judith supposed to be?
She 10 maybe?
Okay.
10
I was thinking 10, 11 too, but I don't know
if
they ever told us
born
why.
right at the beginning, so she's probably supposed to be like 8.
Okay.
Maybe 9.
A towel 8.
I was thinking 8 myself, but
okay.
It certainly hasn't been 10 years in the apocalypse.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. There you go. I needed that. Okay.
Rick, and she wasn't a 2 or 3 year old, so at that point anyway, she wasn't older than that.
She's supposed to be, but I mean, with kids, it's all over the place.
No,
that's why it doesn't matter if they use RJ, because Judith is, I don't know what she is. Oh, the show. They just need to make a TV movie and stop playing. Nobody's going to the theater to see
Right. Exactly.
So, I mean, I would go.
Any
it
other
would probably just be me in the theater.
Any other ask you guys want for the
any other
Michonne episode besides her talking to her kids? And I'm happy I get the boots. What anything else we want?
I don't.
Yeah. The main thing is she gets those boots, and you said maybe the watch. So I'm good with mementos.
That she gets hope, that she gets to know that he's out there, and that not only that he's out there, but if that phone shows that he still remembers, and he still knows.
So he can't use amnesia.
They can't pull amnesia on us.
No, they can't do the amnesia thing. So then that brings up the question: then why hasn't he made it?
Where the fuck is he?
Yeah. So that's
why you ain't back home, Rick.
But
love should have brought you home.
Love should have brought you home.
Yeah, but it also means that maybe if he still remembers Michonne, that maybe we don't have to see him shacking up with somebody else. Because I
never thought that personally.
That was one of my worries, that they were going to give him amnesia, and then we were going to end up seeing him wake up in the morning with Anne. I'd be like, oh god,
I can't even hope for that. I can't hope for that at all. I would love to hope for that, but I can't even hope for that because they just never do that kind of stuff. But I think the threat is that he can't ever contact them, and he cannot do anything about conveying the fact that he's alive to them. Otherwise, they're under danger.
Oh,
so they've been threatened. He's kept in line because they threaten his family if he's not kept in line.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Honestly,
wait, how did he get the picture though?
That I don't know. I
think they probably provided to him to say, this is how you know that we have access to your family.
Oh,
but Anne was an artist, so maybe Anne did the picture.
Oh
no, I thought it was a picture Judith drew.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
I just thought about that, and I'm like, wait, what?
Well, that's the first thing I thought when I read an iPhone. I'm like a photograph, kind of is the phone working? And then it said it was a drawing. I'm like, I'm gonna have to just see it to understand what's happening.
Okay, maybe it is a drawing because I think I assumed that it was Judith, but maybe it was Anne.
I think it said it's a chalk drawing.
Oh,
that's why I thought Anne came into play. Like, even if they have to kill her off, at least, she drew a picture before she got killed. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all forgiven. No, it's not.
It's not.
It is super not forgiven.
Just so long as we know that he's still thinking about them, that's where I'm at with you. Thank you.
I mean, he's somewhere with an iPhone. Because they don't have those in Virginia, apparently. I don't know. That's an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, I don't know. It just seems like in 6 years, Rick would have found a way. And that really makes sense.
Right. And now you're going to add on top of that he remembers?
Well, if he had amnesia, I was going to be really annoyed. That's bad fan fiction. So I don't know. I don't know. I just can't think of anything. 6 years is so long.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Gimple.
Unless he's in jail. That's all I got.
That could be a good one. And that would be ironic because last thing he did was put Negan in jail before.
Right. And Negan was in a jail cell for 6 years.
What? Oh, very good, Ash. That could work.
That's literally all that can work for me. But we'll see. Or he's disabled.
True.
Right.
Or
he signed himself up for a project and they froze his body.
Yeah, disabled wouldn't work. He was a B. I guess that's what what's her name was saying. He was a B when they were asking for an A or whatever the case was, because he was injured. But I'm sure he's recovered now and he's an A.
That was deep.
I mean, probably.
That was deep.
I hope he's able-bodied, but that's, like, I would excuse it if he couldn't walk.
Right.
It's not going to be a good movie if he is like disabled. It's just really not going to be a good movie.
Oh my God!
You can't have the alpha hero be like, diminished that way.
Right.
I mean, I think you could, but it's Rick Grimes, and if I don't get to see him walk, then what is the point?
Yeah, I need to walk. I need the bow-legged walk. That is important.
Yeah, you need that strap.
Exactly. But what if he can't walk, but he got nice python, so you see him roll away? Like, okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay. I got you, boo. I got you.
Jesus.
I'm gonna burn in hell. Why are you making me laugh?
Oh gosh.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna take Rick however I can get him, okay? That's where I'm at until I'm proven otherwise. That's where I'm at with it.
I get it. But I prefer to see him walk around.
Oh boy, all the speculation. We're just going with it, huh?
I know, but it's their fault. You had 2 years. What else do you need?
Yeah, I mean, what? They better have some news after this episode. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go in the studio. You can Zoom from home and say something, Gimple.
Guys, there's not going to be anything after this episode because look what's happening in the world right now. We're not going to hear anything for the longest time.
I mean, he better have the Rona. He better have the Rona. If he had a Rona, okay.
Everything that they could be doing right now, they have had to put on hold. So
that's fine, but like we have not heard anything since November for 2018.
Well before Rona. Well before.
We need something. Like just tell me denies in the movies. I don't care, but give me something.
Exactly.
Because
tell me that once this passed, y'all have an actual path forward.
Yes, you have a script, a director, something.
Yes, a location. Y'all filming in Paraguay. Something. Come on, what we doing?
Not Paraguay.
What we doing?
Oh, I love it, Paraguay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
I just need some reassurance that somebody knows what they're doing here, and that it's proceeding in some way.
Right.
Because it's been a long time.
Timely.
I maintain that the reason why we're really not hearing anything is because people have fought it, people have been fired, people are suing over rights and this and that and the other, and they've got to replace like the whole team, and they're still all twisted up in that.
That's why I should just put it on TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Okay.
I just want to see Rick and Richonne again.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
And if it's in a theater, there needs to be like some naked.
A made for TV. Come on, whatever. Made for TV, a long commercial. What you want? Come on.
I want Rick and Richonne naked time. Damn it! Look.
Don't be cutting stuff out either.
No,
right.
No van scenes getting like buried in Al Capone's vault. None of that nonsense. Like,
right. And keep Nicotero away from it.
Yeah, Nicotero. Yeah, he bitter. Let him just go play at his cafe or something. Go do something.
Go to play at a cafe. What?
Yeah. What? Just saying. Go find something to do. We don't need your creative zombies in this. Okay. We need some Rick and Michonne time.
That's it.
Appreciate you. Okay, thank you.
Thank
you can recycle a zombie if you want to. That's fine. Just go take a vacation or something. Go do something. Bye. I'm done with him and his nonsense.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was the reason why we didn't have more of the van scenes.
He is. Well, I mean, he kind of is. Because
I'm done with him.
I don't understand this concept because the reason we didn't get more of the van is because they got too naked. But it's like, isn't your job as a director to make sure they don't?
Yeah. It's like, okay, guys, I see everything.
Right.
You gotta put it on TV. Pull your pants up a little bit.
Right. This is cable. Stop.
Okay. Play it after 9 like adults and let's move on.
Explain to me van scenes. I'm not remembering.
Oh, the van
episode season 7, episode 12, when they had their
when they had the 16 candles lead up. You don't remember that?
When they were showing them making out in the van, when the carnival episode.
Yeah, carnival.
I don't remember this at all.
The bad CGI deer. The bad CGI deer.
Where Richonne thought Rick was dead, and then he threw her.
They fell through the roof. Before they got to the roof, they were in the van.
They ate macaroni and chili cheese or whatever.
Together.
They were in school, like in a high school. Okay. It was just the two of them for like 90%
I guess
of the
I
episode.
have to go back and see those because I don't recall that at all.
Girl,
they
have missed it, ma'am.
They were making out pretty heavily in a van, and apparently there are scenes out there somewhere where it got a little too heavy, and there was some clothes taken off, and it was not ready for television, so it had to be.
The hater police came through.
Okay.
They called the police. They did not call the police. I heard there was some naked boobage and then there were some butts. That's what I heard.
Okay.
Either way, they couldn't really get away with it.
That's what they said, didn't they?
Haters.
Yeah.
So
they implied it heavily anyway.
Season 6, episode.
No.
Season 7.
Season 7, episode 12.
Okay.
Look at you, Vicky.
12.
Well, Ash said it a few minutes ago, but it's episode called "Say Yes."
Okay.
Yeah,
because all you got to do is say yes. That was right. That's a good title.
Yes. Yeah,
it is. And then I told me that they got married in that episode. So
yeah, oh, she did.
She said it. Yes. She was like, well, she said that Andy said it, and she was like, "Yeah, I agree."
That makes me so happy. My heart hurts a little less right now. Right. That's what I'm kind of hoping is in the movie is that he says something about, how he was talking to Earl in the first, I don't know, for the first episode or the second, it must have been the second episode. Maybe.
Who's Earl?
Earl, Jesus Christ. Merle.
Merle.
Merle was the guy that just died. I met Merle. I'm so sorry.
I don't think I ever talked to him.
No. When he told Merle, he goes, "I'm just a man looking for his wife and son. Anybody who gets in the way of that's going to lose." I want something with Rick. It's like, I'm just trying to find my wife and child.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to hear that. It'd be a nice callback. It would be really cool to hear him refer to Michonne as his wife, and just it would be nice. It would be a nice moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to hear him say that, but it is that's why I always thought it was leading to this, because it is a full circle moment for Rick.
Yeah,
to be looking for his wife and child and the extra one he don't know about.
Yeah, right.
So
if they can make that random person talk about Beta's face and they can give us that. Yes, they can do that.
That was like 15, 17 seconds that we didn't need and didn't
understand. It did nothing. Like, come on.
It made no sense. It was
exactly.
It wasn't even filler. It wasn't even good enough to be filler. It was just stupid.
It
just made me go, what?
Something later on. I imagine that's the idea, is that it will supposedly mean something later on, but right now it doesn't.
Right.
Right now it just sounded dumb. Like, I guess if they had used different dialogue maybe, but for the way it was, it's just like,
And then while we speaking of dumb stuff, we've been talking about that all episode, but why are we even talking? Why are we taking the time to watch Magda and Yamako break up? Like, why?
That was kind of a weird breakup too. He goes,
like,
well,
why?
I don't have to
I
have
know.
anybody on my pillow. I'm like,
if you already broke up and you already thought she dead and you saved her life, then that's fine. Why are we doing this?
But is that supposed to be a breakup again? I didn't even think that was really a breakup.
I don't understand why they were talking. Like what?
It was odd. A little odd.
Like what?
It was. And like the show seems to think we care about them more than we do.
So guilty about the way things ended between them.
She did.
Well,
yeah.
it sort of ended when the girl said you kicked me out. I mean, what else does that mean? We don't have to talk about it twice. I know, you don't need a follow up to a breakup. When you break up, it implies something. You don't need no follow-ups.
We broke up, but I didn't think that I was going to lose you and you were going to die. So now that I thought you were dead, I'm like so devastated and so like regretful of what happened between us. So I just want to take it all back until what's her face looks at her and is like, I really can't do this anymore.
That's straight up nonsense. That's straight up nonsense. Like really?
Yeah.
That was a waste of time.
They're always a waste of time. Why does the show think we care about them?
Exactly.
I don't know. Well,
like they just introduced us to them. Come on. Calm down.
And I felt like the whole reason why they had Eugene and Carol talk is because they'll be the ones all going on the journey. But I was like, okay, whatever. Just whatever, okay.
Yeah.
The only redeeming moment was the hit in the face. Like, okay, if that's how we got there, okay. But we didn't have to go there to get to that. She could have just walked up to her and punched her in the face.
Yeah.
We didn't need any of that. We're breaking up. Well,
all of that was just so totally
I want my pillows back.
It didn't work. Like, none of it worked. It just, more bad writing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why people like this episode so much.
It had, like I said, it had some points to it. I don't know, but it definitely has some deficits because when Man Bev didn't kill Beta, he took me out of it. Like, dude, come on.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, Jesus Christ. Come on. Why? Why?
But I think the reason why I sort of like the episode is because even though it was a 20-minute war, it was still interesting. Even though it was
I didn't dislike the episode at all, but
it wasn't everything.
Yeah, the praise it got was not worth what it actually was. Because I sat down like, oh, this is gonna be the best episode I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no.
This is not even the best episode of season 10.
It was a better episode than I think a lot of the ones that we've seen for the season, because I think a lot of them we've seen for the season have been crap. It did have like some terrible writing moments and weak points that we saw. But hey, we lost 3 people in this episode. Right. You know? So it had a lot more going on than maybe some of the other ones.
I like the cave episode way better than this.
Oh, really? I really didn't like that one.
I liked it a lot because it
bothered me too. It bothered me, but Jerry Bear made it, so I sort of forgave it. Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I think something interesting happened. They got mad at Carol. Like, that was way more interesting than this one.
I'm having so much
I don't know why people like
the way
this.
Carol is written now, because I can't get over how unlike Carol she has become. I don't like her. I don't like her. It's like weak and makes no sense to me. And I don't know. It just seems so ungenuinely Carol.
I don't know. It's like I said, I give her some space because of the whole grieving child thing. But I initially, when she said it took you long enough, I was initially mad because it's like you were doing all this knowing he was out there. But then I thought maybe one reason why she was still having her tantrums and just being roguey was she didn't really know. And then the fact that it took him longer than maybe she expected, ramped up her anxiety about it. So I sort of justified what they had her doing, but it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
I see your point there.
So maybe now she can be more stable now that she has Alpha's head.
I like that.
So what's gonna be her excuse the next time she goes off?
Right.
All right, ladies, do we got anything else going on, or
that's it?
Okay. So tentatively, next week is our last thing.
Right.
Yeah. So
post something early because we probably will get some of the people that are gonna go back just to watch this. They may be, wanting to participate.
Yeah, I'll kind of get it set up early and promote it, I guess.
And hopefully it won't make me cry so much. Like I probably will cry, but let it just be me being sentimental. But don't let me just be irrationally crying. Let me just say that. Mm-hmm. Hopefully
I cry at the scenes. I'm gonna be a mess next week. I'm gonna be just a human dumpster fire. But it'll be good because it's gonna work out in the end.
Right. All right, stay hopeful, ladies.
All right, everybody. Stay healthy.
Stay in your house.
Stay in your house.
Stay in your house.
Don't go out.
Stay with the soap and water.
Yes.
Wash your hands with soap and water.
I don't want to take y'all too long because I know we're wrapping up. But when every meeting I went to, they kept on saying what you guys are telling me, and I would just smile like, yeah, I was told that by trained professionals. Wash your hands, just wash your hands. Wash your hands, just wash your hands. Wash your hands, just wash your hands.
Washing hands is the whether there's anything big going on or not. It is the number one way, the best thing you can do to try to prevent germs.
And not
you should not have to tell adults that, but unfortunately that has been the case.
And not touch your face, which I've been doing. Like
and watch your phone.
I did it all the time. I grab wipes because your phones you don't want to think about what's on your phone.
I clean my phone all the time, but yeah, my problem is touching my face. That is such a problem.
And I don't know how true it is, but just yesterday I was told that after you use hand sanitizer 3 times in a row is no longer effective. So you have to wash your hands anyway because you've done too much. Wash your hands.
I've never heard that, but I
never heard that.
Why is it so? Is it like Candyman? Like if you times?
No. You know what? The only reason why I didn't ask for like where he got that information is because he was the higher up. I was like, I just looked like, I never heard that after the third time.
But still. But hand sanitizer is good if you have no other choice, but hand washing is
wash your hands.
Yeah, hand sanitizer is no replacement for washing your hands.
Right. And washing your hands properly is key.
Yes. Right. And use something to turn off the faucet, otherwise you just made your hands nasty again.
That's right.
That was what I did. I was like, I need something. I keep on touching too much.
Yeah.
I keep doing the face touching thing too. Like, see, I don't know how to stop doing it. The more I try not to, then I do it.
It becomes obvious that you can't.
It's really hard. It's really, especially like allergy season in New Mexico right now is killing me. So I'm using like 3 different medications just to like feel somewhat normal. And it's hard not to touch your face when you're like allergic to all the time, and you got to blow your nose, you got to rub your eyes, you got to whatever, it's just hard. It's really hard, but
allergies is going to be really hard.
Yeah. Just do the best that you can with what you got. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better, but the best, just.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't doubt it will actually get worse. And I keep maintaining that America is not China. China has a totalitarian government. They can tell you stay in your damn house or we will lock you up or shoot you. That's not going to happen here. So people are going to, and we already see it. There's people that are hard-headed. There's people that are determined to,
I know it's going to tell me not to stay home and not go where I want to go. And, they're going to be a problem for the rest of us or for our vulnerable populations. So,
right.
Yeah, remember, it's you, but it's also other people who have compromised immune systems, elderly people.
Exactly.
You got to remember that. Yeah, maybe you're healthy and you'll be fine, but somebody else may not.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. I cannot wait to go home. So
I love being home. Like, shoot.
Yes.
I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, the last place I want to be is working on this, but soon, I have another week, and then I get to go home, and I'm not leaving. Maybe not ever.
Wait, do you have to stay at work?
Yeah, I work at CDC, so I work on the response.
Okay, see, I knew you worked at CDC. I didn't know you actually had to stay there. Oh wow.
No, I'm out of city. I'm not at my office or anything.
Okay, I was like,
yeah.
All I could think of was Dr. Jenner. I'm like, oh no.
Right. She had a compound.
No. No. I was at the airport, then they moved me to a base. So I'm in Texas until the end of the month.
But it's not home, and
it's not, and it sucks.
I have been very, very, very lucky. I'm still working. I still work outside the house, but my husband, now works at home. My kids are home for 3 weeks, but they're also 12 and 13, so I don't have to look for daycare. I don't know that. I can't imagine having little ones right now.
Right.
Trying to find.
I can't either.
The hospital I work at is actually doing something wonderful. They are reaching out. They're trying to find ways to. They've set up daycare options for people. That's not something they normally provide.
Oh wow!
I know.
A lot of the local schools in the county where I live, they are coming up with food programs for kids. Well, they can't, because some kids, that's where they get food, is at school.
Right.
Yeah, we have that too.
They're coming up with this whenever we do those things that we know as a society we should be able to do, whether it's through government or individuals. It gives me some hope for us moving forward, because sometimes when you just look at the little intricate situations, you're like, we're some selfish bastards. But then you see this kind of stuff happen, and you see there is some people that would do a little extra, just because. I mean, again, who knows what their end result is, or where their hearts are. But at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of hopeful things, like, hey, let's drop off lunches to the elderly. Let's do this. I think they were doing something where they had already started working on housing the homeless, but I think they're gonna do it more aggressively, because that's the whole point. You have a lot of vulnerable people, and this disease is gonna spread if we don't try to do everything we can. You can't just live it. You just can't leave it to rugged individualism. You can't just leave it to whoever can figure it out, because unfortunately it could spread. And a lot of my main concern is we don't have a lot of information about it. Like, some information I'm reading on YouTube and some things I read on TV, but I would like if we had some definitive facts about it. But I guess, they're still, looking into it. So that gives me a little alarm. But some of the things I see us doing really gives me hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing for yourself and others around you. And
there are people who have always been doing these sorts of things just quietly. They're not getting any attention and so forth. They've been doing this sort of thing all along. You're just seeing it now more commonly and more widely done.
Right.
And I'm not hopeful in the way that you are, son, because I just know the nature of people. So I know that this is temporary and stuff, and it'll go back to being just the people who have always been doing it. The few and the far between, and the and those that do it quietly with no fanfare and little help. But at least there's enough within people at this point that they can pull themselves out of their selfish backsides and say, okay, well, you know what, I could turn around now and do a little something here and there.
Right.
I mean, they keep bringing up players that are taking a little bit of their millions and passing it to the workers in the arena and
food bank.
And I'm just like, you know what? That's the least that they could do. They have
Right.
so much. That is the least they could
Right.
do. Why should that be any kind of recognition at all?
Right.
They should be quietly doing that, you know?
True.
So, yeah.
Don't take away my hopes, Annette.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that, but that's just who I
But
am.
it's true.
Like,
What you're saying is true. What you're saying is true.
Like,
I need to calm down a little bit. I have to remind myself we got here for a reason. Okay. That's valid. What you're saying is very valid.
All right.
Okay. I hope you all are safe and we all meet each other again next week. Hopefully with not as many tears as I anticipate, and a good ending story moving forward with Michonne and possibly Richonne in the movies.
No, not possibly. Definitely.
I mean, like, hopefully. Yes.
No, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes,
definitely.
it's happening.
We can low key stalk Gimple. I think you're probably already doing it, right, Ash? You already told him
I'm
he better
surprised he
get it
hasn't
together.
blocked me yet, because I just tell him where's the movies and I call him all kinds of names. So I don't know how much longer I'll be following him.
You
but
are our rep. Thank you for that. Thank you.
you're welcome. Yes, hopefully we meet here next week with good news. So
Yes.
Right.
until then, you guys be safe and be healthy.
yes. Likewise.
All right.
Likewise.
Bye, ladies. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Be well.